This is going to be a super practical video where I'm guiding you and your partner through a sexy date night exercise. One of the things that I consider really important for a healthy sexual relationship is to keep inventing new practices that you can do together. To keep it fun, to make sure that the spark is alive, to find new ways how to explore each other, to help each other to go deeper into your sexual experiences, but also deeper into your connection and your overall level of intimacy. With this video, you will be guided through a very fun, playful exercise that you and your partner can do together to keep that kind of fun, playful, and light energy in relation to your sexual life. All you need for this exercise is 2 pens, 2 pieces of paper, and 1 timer. You're welcome to pause the video for a moment, grab these items, and then come back to me. Great, now that you have pens, papers, and a timer, I'm going to start right away and inviting both of you to close your eyes for a moment. As you're closing your eyes, I invite you to take a few deep breaths so you can really tune in with your body. Really allow the breath to be a gateway to start feeling what is happening inside of your body. We're doing a short guided meditation, a visualization that will help you to go deeper into this exercise. And I invite you with your eyes closed to allow your energy to flow towards your pelvic floor, flow towards your sex center. And take a moment to feel, does this area feel very alive? Is there some juiciness there, or does it feel a bit dormant? Has it been a long time since things have been really activating there? Take a moment to just feel that part of your body. Feel your pelvic floor. Feel what kind of energy is there in your genitals. And then I'm going to invite you to deeply breathe into your pelvic floor and see if you can spark some kind of desire, some kind of sexual desire. Can you spark that? Even if maybe you haven't been sexual for so long, try to really feel where is that little flame that is always there, burning in the background. And once you connect with that little spark of sexual energy, or maybe you're finding a huge spark, take a moment to really feel how does that feel in your body. And then I'm inviting you to bring that sexual energy a little bit more up towards the level of your heart. Like, notice if you can just visualize, okay, there is a little spark of sexual energy, or maybe a big spark, and I'm moving it up towards my heart. Taking a few deep breaths in that space of the heart, and from there, on the next exhalation, opening your eyes and take a moment to look at your partner. Now you're ready to move into the exercise, for which I'm inviting both of you to use your imagination, to use your fantasy, and to write down a sexual fantasy that you would love to fulfill with your partner. I invite you to write it down in as much detail as you can, to write it down in a storytelling form so that your partner can really understand your sexual fantasy. And I invite you to write it down in a way that is true for you. So not in a way that you're pleasing your partner, not in a way that you know they are going to like it, but to really write down what is your sexual fantasy. And that doesn't have to be wild sex, it doesn't have to be kinky sex, it doesn't have to be BDSM and bondage. Maybe it is just spending a beautiful romantic evening together where you're just breathing together, kissing each other all over, massaging. Maybe there's not even penetration. This is your desire, your sexual fantasy that can be as crazy, as beautiful, as loving, or as deep and simple as you wish. Take a moment to stop this video. Put your timer on 7 minutes and use the whole 7 minutes to write down your fantasy, each individually, in as much detail as possible. Now that you've written your fantasy, I'm going to invite one of you to start. Give your fantasy to your partner. Your partner gives their fantasy to you, and read out loud the sexual fantasy of your partner. This is such a beautiful moment to experience together, because it's your partner reading the desires that you have inside of you. And when you hear what you just wrote, which is something very intimate, it's like a sexual fantasy, can be something that's very intimate, it can help you to like awaken that fantasy even more. So choose who goes first, stop the video, read out the fantasy of your partner, and afterwards switch, so that both of you are reading out each other's fantasy, and then come back to me for the final surprise. Now that you've heard both of your fantasies, I'm going to invite you to pick a date when you're going to act out this fantasy. One of the amazing ways how to keep the spark alive in a relationship is to experiment with something new, is to bring playfulness in the bedroom, to try something different than what you're always doing. And one of the amazing ways how to really prioritize your sexuality is to pick a date and say, okay, Friday night at 7 o'clock we are going to fulfill this fantasy, and maybe the week after on Wednesday morning at 9 o'clock we are going to fulfill the other fantasy. So to conclude this exercise, pick 2 different date timings. That can be the night, the morning, the afternoon. Take into account when you're most likely to be sexual, and make this a date to play out your fantasy. This can bring such a new energy into your relationship. It can make it so fun. Try something that you never did before, and by doing that you'll notice that your connection will go deeper. If you like this type of content, if you love this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you want more, you can subscribe so you're staying up to date with all the new videos that I'm uploading on a weekly basis. And I would love to hear in the comments if this is useful for you, if your fantasy was really juicy, or if you're excited about trying this out.